and air park facilities offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries.
This is Coach Bill Bush. You all know my passion for Nebraska. Having coached all over the country, I can honestly say there is no place like Nebraska. You know where there's also no place like? Midwest Bank. Midwest Bank has proudly served Nebraska for over 70 years, and they're located in 9 different communities. Midwest Bank is ready, willing, and able to meet all your personal, business, and agriculture needs. Your community, your bank, and mine, Midwest Bank. Find out more at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and The Ticket. FM.com.
The Sea of Red will fill Memorial Stadium on Saturday for the Red-White Spring Game. Start your day off right with the Elway Power Sports of Lincoln Spring Game Tailgate Show from 8 to 11 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. All your favorite ticket personalities will prepare you for what to watch and players to keep track of. It's the Elway Power Sports of Lincoln Spring Game Tailgate Show from 8 to 11 a.m. on Saturday on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com, and statewide on TV at Allo 961.
Spring is here. It's time to get back outside and into proper shoes this year. Brown Shoe Fit is the place to buy this spring with their sale on athletic shoes. Get $15 off any regular price athletic shoes with respected brands like Hoka, Brooks, New Balance, and On Running. And don't forget, Browns carries a large arrangement of sizes and widths to fit your feet properly. Start your spring off right at Brown Shoe Fit, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Jake Sorensen here for The Body Shop. My wife is nearing her due date with our first child and has been in need of a good massage as her body continues to change and adapt. Dennis and the team at The Body Shop were incredible with the prenatal massage that she's still talking about today. I was also able to get a deep tissue massage, so it was a great bonding experience and a unique couples massage in general. If you're in need of stress relief, book a massage today at thebodyshoplincoln.com. The Body Shop at 48th and A.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
It's getting nicer outside, but it's still hit or miss in the spring on golf weather. Not at Double Eagle Golf. You're home for always 72-degree weather with no wind. Book a bay with some friends for a weekend or come by for golf and happy hour on a weekday. Spring leagues are underway, but stay tuned for info on indoor golf tournaments and book your bay for after the spring game in late April. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Buckle up and hang on. This is going to be a good one.
The fans of Kansas Speedway know how to have a good time. One that celebrates fantastic finishes and family-friendly facilities. Trading paint.
We got beauty.
And tailgating tradition. Burnouts, beer, and barbecue. Oh, it'll for sure be a good time, and you are all invited. NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway, May 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
Welcome to The Drive with A.D. Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green, all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Brought to you by Sand Hills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Friday, and the first hour of The Drive is proudly sponsored by Sand Hills Global. Sand Hills Global is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Career and internship opportunities are available at the global headquarters in Lincoln. Apply today at sandhills.jobs. Friday, the day after the draft. AD, Josh is a happy man. The Bears did not mess up.
No, they didn't mess it up, man.
AD. Well, maybe we're having some AD technical difficulties here, but that's all right because we had the NFL draft last night. The Bears, for once, I was telling the guys I was watching the draft with last night, I said I could see the Bears having their draft pick and letting the time run off the clock and missing the first pick of the draft.
Yeah, you know what? They finally got it right.
They got it right, and it worked out, and it all worked out for them. Echo, bravo.
Boom. There's an echo.
Which I think that was probably, man, just a great pick for them, and that he made it to 9. I wasn't sure if he would make it to 9. I thought it was going to be either Harrison or Dunzier going as the first receiver. I think it was kind of a pick 'em. I think Harrison's just the freakish talents and the size, and I ended up getting it. I think if Dunzier would have been maybe a little bit taller, might have had that position. AD, you there now, brother?
I'm here, brother. Can you hear me?
Perfect. Yep. Hello. We're back.
Okay.
Sometimes on this one, you got to restart it. Who knows? But nevertheless, it's here right now, man. Absolutely.
Shout out to Rico for helping me there.
Oh, no worries, man. No worries. The Rico. Is Rico upset this morning, y'all?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's not happy. He's not happy. And then it rubbed salt in the wound. The Broncos ended up taking his quarterback. So I was a happy man.
Well, the reality is this: the Patriots had their opportunity to get who they wanted to get, and they chose to go with the quarterback from North Carolina, May, or whatever his name is, mayo, mayonnaise, mustard, jelly, whatever it was.
Well, I think you look at that with the Patriots. There is, I know that they kind of look at maybe as a bad pick, but he has an upside. So now the key there is you've got to get yourself have a good quarterbacks coach, work on his mechanics some. He had some flaws there in college, but he also has all the tools there. So now it's just a matter of, how as Rico's shaking his head, no.
Is Rico shaking his head no there, dude?
I wonder what are the chances of Rico becoming a Broncos fan are. I wonder if that could be something that could up zero.
And maybe if Bo Nix, steps it up, maybe there's a chance. What do you say, Rico? Oh, no, zero chance.
Bo knows football.
Raff, I can't wait to dive into when we dive deeper into this too, man, because there was some intriguing, there were some head scratchers last night too, man. Some things kind of make you go,
It was a fun draft in the sense that there was only like one early trade. I think there was a couple later in the first round, but there wasn't like a ton of like trading dilemma. It was just like, who were people going to pick and how it was shaken out. I mean, it was must-watch TV. I'll tell you this: 3.5 hours flew by for me. I was like, "Oh man, we're already on pick 29 already." I was like, "This is a quick night."
It went fast, man. It went fast. You guys, I want to get you guys' opinion on this, man. And just, I thought the introduction was off the chains. You got Eminem coming out with Roger Goodell. Of course, Goodell's going to get booed, but I just like the environment looked like it was crazy cool. They had obviously the huge amphitheater out there. I mean, just the huge domed area, the lighting. I just thought, as far as the ambiance, as far as the aesthetics, man, were off the chains, man. I loved it. It was just cool. I just thought it was really cool.
Yeah, and I liked that the Lions have Jared Goff's back, the players, because there's talk of a contract extension for him. Yeah. And I think it was Ahman St. Rob Brown that started the Jared Goff chant. I mean, that is saying something, because you're looking at the Lions as one of these teams that, on the rise. I mean, they rose last year. Now they're really in that spot, but there's questions about what they're going to do with Goff at quarterback, and coming out and getting that chant started when you have like legends of like Barry Sanders, Calvin Johnson. You have those guys out there that, I was ready for a Barry chant to get started, but Goff kind of stole the show with his chant. And I've got to say this, I keep on looking across the street right now, AD, if you're here, there is a car, a pickup, and a pickup, and they are bumper to bumper. There's no way that they'd be able to pull out right now. I'm like, what is it going
at the stoplight?
No, across the street at the construction site.
Oh, they're all parallel parked. They're all parked over there.
There's no way they could get out. They are seriously, they are bumper to bumper to bumper. The pickup in the middle he's trapped.
Can't get out.
Yep. I guess you got to get parking, and you take it any way you can. Be like spring game. Be like spring game tomorrow.
Yeah, they maybe get the early parking. Wow. Well, I tell you what, brother. Looking outside right now, I'm gonna tell you what I want to do really bad. There's a golf course right on the other side, and man, it is beautiful, man. I seriously would, because it's the I'm gonna give you a little view right here, man. See the mountains out there.
Wow. Oh man.
Sometimes your golfing voice and your eating voice are the same. Like sometimes when you're like, I'm going to Mary Ellis. You start making these noises.
Yeah, man. It's
talk about golf, and I go,
It's a pretty cool looking place out here, man. It's of course, our very own Nick Sainert is out here. Sainert is out here too. Not obviously where I'm at, but he's at another place. He played TPC yesterday. I think they're playing Silverado today. But
no,
yeah,
I think did they play that last night? I think that was their second tee time of the day, I think. Or no,
I thought they had a cheap. I think they got a cheap.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they went to a small,
another quality course.
Yeah, they went to today's. I think. Yeah. I think they went to a cheaper last night, and I think this morning is their other top notch one at Silverado.
Okay,
Silverado is very nice. Silverado.
I figured you went out last night and celebrated the Bachelor.
I think they did last night, right?
No, I thought you were going to. You're going to join up with them.
I'm 50. I'm 50. I'm good.
Show them how bachelor parties are done.
Yeah, I'm 50 years old. I'm like, nah, y'all good, man. Could be all their dads.
Well, I think there's actually a couple uncles out there too. So there's an older contingency out there.
Well, this afternoon, I speak this morning a couple times, and then I'm gonna connect with my buddy Ted Gilmore, former receivers coach in Nebraska. Then he
Nice.
Ted went from Nebraska to USC. From USC, he went to the Raiders. From the Raiders, he went to Wisconsin. And then Wisconsin, Michigan State. And now Ted is chilling this year. In fact, I'm going to have Ted on the show, you guys. Ted is and Josh, you were heck, you would have been
not born.
No, he would.
I feel like that's a lot of the things with the case here is I probably was just not born.
You'd probably been like 3 or 4, maybe.
Well, Ted was here in 2000 when Callahan came in, though. So that was what, 2007?
Yeah, I would have been 6.
So
no, Callahan came in like 2004.
Would have been 3.
Ted hasn't been gone for 20 years yet.
Close.
No.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
because Bo came in 2009, right?
Yep.
So Ted left here in 2008. Well, Callahan was fired, what, in 2007?
7 or 8, right around that area. Because I think he was here for 4 years.
Yeah. So Josh,
yeah,
you
2004, he came in.
Yeah, you would have been you'd have been young, put it that way. You'd have been young.
Odds are.
Yeah, you'd have been young. So I'm gonna connect with Teddy later on this afternoon before my flight.
Where are you staying at out there? What part of Arizona?
I actually have no idea. I think I'm in Chandler. Nice. I'm at the
Oh, so you're close to Nick. Nope, I just told where Nick's at. He's in Chandler.
Well, I'm at Wild Horse Pass Resort. So I'm not sure if that's in Chandler or not. I just, when I type in the car or whatever it is, that I just Wild Horse Pass, there you know where I'm going. But you think about AZ though. Once you get into Phoenix in the airport, it's like Josh, you been down there before, Josh?
No, I've never been to Arizona.
Well, it's kind of like saying if you're in Lincoln, you're down like where you guys right downtown at the studio right now. Someone says I'm in Scottsdale. Think of like Havelock or like Waverly, but with a lot of traffic. So something that should only take you about 10 minutes probably takes you about 25 to 30. You think I'm correct on that, Raff? Take you about 25 or 30 depending on traffic.
Yeah, I've never had Scottsdale and Havelock in the same bingo board.
Yeah.
A little different. Just a little different.
I mean, I love Havelock, but
Air Park, the Highlands, Roca.
Roca is Kierland.
Syracuse.
Syracuse is Mesa. Yeah, I guess, Lincoln's like its own little Phoenix.
And I only say that in just far as equivalent to like distance away from everything.
Yeah.
But with traffic though, Josh, it takes you longer because the airport to here was only 10 miles, I believe what it was, 10 miles, but it took us about 25 minutes to get here, give or take 20 minutes, just with traffic, etc. Raff, I tell you what, Josh, you guys, we got a lot to discuss today.
We do.
Yes, Husker baseball's got a big one this weekend versus Iowa. Softball's got a big one. I'm sorry. Softball's got Northwestern coming up. But you guys, this draft I want to dig into because Raff, your exuberance when that draft pick was called, I was laughing as I seen the tweets go off, the texts go off. I'm like, yeah, that guy happy right there.
Bo knows, baby. Bo knows. Get the campaign going, Nike. Bo knows. He's back. I thought about clipping out Bo Nix's face and putting on Bo Jackson when he was holding the baseball bat with no shirt on.
Maybe not do that.
Then I thought about maybe clipping my face and putting it on Bo Jackson's body just to see what it'd be like to have his six-pack and limited amount of muscles. But then I thought maybe I just clip my face and put it on AD's body and I'd have the same thing. A limited amount of muscles.
Oh, man.
All right. We will throw it to break. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Jake Sorensen here for The Body Shop. My wife is nearing her due date with our first child and has been in need of a good massage as her body continues to change and adapt. Dennis and the team at The Body Shop were incredible with the prenatal massage that she's still talking about today. I was also able to get a deep tissue massage, so it was a great bonding experience and a unique couples massage in general. If you're in need of stress relief, book a massage today at thebodyshoplincoln.com. The Body Shop at 48th and A.
Hey, Husker Nation, Matt Davison here with 1890. It's an exciting time to be a Husker fan, and to keep that momentum going, we need your help. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics, and we're doing the same through name, image, and likeness. NIL is a unique opportunity for every Husker fan to have a direct impact on the success of our programs. Through 1890, 100% of your contribution goes to the student athletes. So go to 1890nebraska.com, choose your sport, become a member, and help the Huskers recruit and retain the best. Go Big Red.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
The Sea of Red will fill Memorial Stadium on Saturday for the Red-White Spring Game. Start your day off right with the Elway Power Sports of Lincoln Spring Game Tailgate Show from 8 to 11 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. All your favorite ticket personalities will prepare you for what to watch and players to keep track of. It's the Elway Power Sports of Lincoln Spring Game Tailgate Show from 8 to 11 a.m. on Saturday on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com, and statewide on TV at Allo 961.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Service Ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Join us each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon for Youth Football 101 with Tank Perry of the Nebraska Red Wolves of 7-on-7 football. The future of the sport depends on the foundation set at a young age. Hear those stories and more each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Friday. It is rainy outside. It looks like the rain stopped for now, but boy, there was a lot of thunder and lightning and rain, and I think there's supposed to be maybe more rain this afternoon. Might be a little rainy for the spring game. Might be a little rainy for the baseball game. Just
rainy for everything.
Just raining on our parade.
Hey, guys, how much was it raining most of the night last night?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty heavy, too.
You know what? I'm not complaining because my lawn, man, it's on and popping right now. My lawn's got like a flat top right now, dog. I love it.
Are you calling out Terrell Farley as the best lawn in the city of Lincoln?
I don't know if I got the best lawn in Lincoln, but I tell you what, mine could be is a lawn to be reckoned with. I will tell you that though, man.
There we go. Calling a shot.
Lawn to be reckoned with. So
if you're listening right now, Terrell.
No
AD's
complaints
saying
about
his lawn's better.
Nah, AD never said anything's better. AD just simply said that AD just simply said AD's lawn is green, and that's all I care about. What Terrell does with his lawn, that's great. But I just try to take care of mine. Is it enough rain to where games could possibly be impacted?
Nah, I don't think so. I think
I'm not talking football, but the softball and the baseball game.
I think the drainage systems there, I think, are good. If there's not like lightning or thunder, I think they're good to play. Yeah, I would think. Just being with the field crews and stuff, how top notch they are at the university, I would say that if it's not lightning or thundering, I think you have a pretty good opportunity. And I think you should get everything in.
It was a little bit of a bummer. I was supposed to play a show outside the Union last night, and they texted us around 10 a.m. Yep, that's not happening. The storm is coming. So
Josh, you guys already got canceled?
So yeah, we were supposed to play a show outside the Nebraska Union at I think 7 p.m. last night, and they texted us at 10 a.m. yesterday saying, "Yeah, no."
Oh man,
I got one tomorrow night, so this is what it is.
Let them play. Let them play.
Let us play. Come on.
Okay, so let's see here for tomorrow at 11 a.m. Hey, there's no rain scheduled until 4 o'clock tomorrow.
So spring game should be okay then, huh?
Spring game will be good. Baseball game, there's some. It looks like they're showing some lightning and stuff. So that the baseball game might be, and the softball might be a little bit of a problem, but we'll see. It's Nebraska. Sometimes when Raiola gets under center, the sun just comes out.
Well,
always looking on the bright side.
You better believe it.
I'm not even going to say nothing.
AD's got nothing.
I got nothing to say.
Good in the world.
I got
when Dylan plays. As Matt Rule yesterday, he's like, hold your horses, everybody. I like how he's like, hold your horses. And then a second later, he's like, but if you're the quarterback for Nebraska, you got to know that you're going to have the spotlight on you. I'm like, well, okay.
That what, folks, we're going to have those clips. Do we have those? We have those clips ready for later on too. For
let me double check.
We got everything.
We got them here.
Awesome. Well, Raff, you mentioned in the baseball and softball games, the men got Iowa tomorrow, and pretty much the same record that Nebraska has. So they at the 3-game series, Iowa's 23-15. Raff, Josh, I'm not gonna belabor this, go through it much. Simply, they just got to take care of business, man. You guys' thoughts on that, brothers?
They got to hit the strike zone. That's the first thing. You got to hit the strike zone. Can't be. Nick talks about it all the time. The free 90s. We've got to limit that. Got to hit the strike zone. Got to get some quality pitching. Can't be going to the bullpen in the second inning. And then also too, this was scheduled. It was looked at long before to put this game, right after spring game. So if you're watching the spring game tomorrow, and make your way over to Hawks Field at Haymarket Park and you support the guys, a full house there against Iowa. I mean, that just adds to it. That'll get the team, more fired up. So, but they've got to hit the strike zone. That's the key to the weekend. Cannot go through, burn up that bullpen.
Yeah, last season they swept us in Iowa City. They swept us last year when we played them. Overall, you look at this overall, and it's kind of this number. It's 26-23 is what the advantage that the Iowa has over Nebraska overall. 26-23. Nebraska needs to take care of business this weekend, man. I know it seems like a broken record, which, think about this. Last week, they did take care of business against Maryland, and then all of a sudden they get the hiccup versus Kansas again, midweek. So hopefully they can get back on back in play and take care of business with this weekend's series against Iowa. Softball, Raff, Josh, not going to be easy, bro. They welcome in Northwestern. It is Nebraska women's softball last home game this weekend as far as series goes. They got a Northwestern. Northwestern is second in the conference right now, Rafferty. Second in the conference with a 29-9 record. 15-2 in the conference. Joshua shot the Battle of Jericho. 15-2.
I'll say this, AD. So I'm actually doing the game Sunday on BTN Plus. So the big thing that I'm looking for that I noticed my last time out, so the last series I was a part of was Penn State. Did a couple games there. And one thing I noticed is that whoever the starting pitcher may be, I've seen a lot of trying to paint outside the strike zone. And that's good, right? But you know what? You're not always going to get a generous umpire. You need to take some risks. You need to trust your heater and throw that breaking ball, maybe not necessarily over the plate, but you have to have a little confidence in yourself, because if you're trying to constantly pitch away from players on that outside, painting that outside part of home plate, you're going to draw a lot of walks. And obviously, if you have a good hitter come up in a place like Bowlin Stadium, where that ball not only can hit the gaps, but it could go beyond the fences at any moment. Yeah, it travels really well, especially left field. You could be in for some trouble. But Nebraska's bats have been good. Obviously, final homestand, right? So you're playing with a little more energy, a little more spunk, as I like to say.
Absolutely.
Because you got to show off for the fans. And I think, just like baseball as well, they're going up against an Iowa team that made a run to the Big Ten title game last year. And they were a lower seed, right? They had to go through more games. And I think there's going to be a lot of grit in that Haymarket Park complex between those two teams. So that's what it's going to come down to, in my opinion.
And the weather tonight, the rain clears out at about 4. So 6 o'clock tonight, 71 degrees. So weather should be nice for games tonight.
Well, you know what? To close this part off, you guys, weather will be nice. Josh, I think you're talking about, Josh, good luck on announcing that on the Big Ten Plus, our very own 90.7 The Ticket. Josh will be announcing that on Big Ten Plus. Nebraska was also, if they find nothing else, find some I would say some mojo, because they're going to retire former softball player Taylor Edwards. She's going to have her jersey retired on Saturday, number 12, and she is just a 6th Husker to have her jersey retired. And she was the catcher for Nebraska from 2011 to 2014. She was 3-time All-Conference. She was a third team All-American as a freshman in 2011. So, and as a senior, she did it again in 2014. So, hopefully, that just having someone like that at the ballpark brings some inspiration to the ladies as well, man. So they got their work cut out for them, man, because Northwestern is balling right now. Like I said, 29-9, 15-2 in the Big Ten. But you know what? Frazier went down, so let's take Northwestern down. And Raff, not Tommy Frazier. I'm talking about down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier.
AD, I got a question for you.
Raff, because at first you looked at me like this. What'd you talk about, AD? What's up, Josh?
Hey, so when you guys were playing in the 90s, was there ever a day where there was a number retired on game day that you can recall by any chance? Or just a name, obviously.
Oh, I'm sure there. I know there was, but we were always, when those things took place, we were always in the locker room. That either happened like at halftime or before the game, when we were, because they didn't do things, because Josh, first of all, they didn't have the big screens like they have now. And you know how they do at games at times, where during the TV timeouts, they'll do a quick, a recognition or a quick award. Yeah, that wasn't popping back in the days, man. That wasn't happening back then. So I know there were jerseys retired and people recognized. But we were usually always in the locker room, because it was either before the kickoff or during halftime when that took place.
And actually, I don't think in that time there were like any jerseys retired, just for the fact that that's when they were in sort of that they were kind of in a conundrum, because for several years you had Johnny Rogers' jersey retired, and you had people are gonna beat me up for this. I forgot, was it Sam Francis they kind of, Nebraska kind of ran into this thing, was like, are we leaving these numbers retired, or are we going to pull, like Dave Remington?
That's right. That's right. Roziers was another one too, right?
Number 30. Yeah. So then the 90s came around, and they started the jersey retirement. They weren't really sure how to handle it. So now they say they retire a jersey, but it's still used. So there wasn't really anything in the 90s retirement, because I think they were still trying to figure out how they were going to handle the numbers, because I remember the big thing when there was like, oh my goodness, Brian Knuckles wearing number 30, next Heisman Trophy contender. But I don't even think he actually even played a game at Nebraska, but definitely a spring game legend.
Raff, you froze up for a second. My back.
Yeah, we had some technical difficulties, but we got it back.
No worries. Let's refresh. No worries.
I'm back. I was talking about Brian Knuckles getting the number 30.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yep. B-Nut. B-Nut is what we called him, man. B-Nut.
Because the whole thing I was thinking there is maybe not so much if you guys saw it, but more in terms of like what's the energy around the team, knowing that, you know, a name's going up there, to kind of compare it to Taylor Edwards with softball, because they're obviously, you know, you're playing for one of your own, right? You're trying to, you know, add that extra happiness, that extra joy to that jersey retirement.
Back in the 90s, they didn't have to retire jerseys. They knew if they were playing bad, they'd hear from AD at halftime.
Yeah.
Guys, come on now.
I think they were going to hear from Charlie, Coach McBride. They're going to hear several dadgummits from Coach Osborne. And and if he said dadgummit, or if Judas Priest came out, man, everybody was in trouble.
getting the old Charlie McBride, guys, you come with me. Coach Osborne, you stay out here.
Yeah. We're going to church. You guys are going to hell. We'd be in the locker room. Coach McBride, play. What the play. But I love you kids. Now get out there and play with a hot fire behind your ears.
I can only imagine Coach Osborne and Coach McBride's conversations after halftime. So Coach McBride, did you get him right? Oh yeah, we had a nice little talk.
Oh man, you talk to the black shirt, you talk to Foreman, they can let you know there was a major contrast in the noise octaves, and also the language we use. You know, I'm gonna tell you something that's like this, and Raff, you know this, and Josh, I know you've heard legendary stories. I've known Coach McBride literally since 83, 84. And when I was a kid, when I was about 12, Coach McBride I think he had actually both knees replaced. But when he got, I think it was his first one, I was driving around on a golf cart. And you talking about a kid in an ice cream store, because they actually had the key. Shep, Raff, you know Shep, allowed me to drive the golf cart around the stadium, and I'd pick up Coach McBride from down in the pits, that Mushroom Gardens down in the basement of North Stadium. Then I'd take him down to the Cook when the Cook got built, and I'd bring him back to the stadium. I was Lil's driver, man. So you talking about a kid that was just, but I appreciated it as I got older, as much as I realized how significant it was, because then sometimes Coach Milt would hop on, God rest his soul. Milt would hop on, and then you'd see, you know, Coach Dan Young, is there room for me on that cart there, Charlie? So I pick up, God rest his soul, I pick up Coach Young, man. You know, I that's a long walk back to the stadium, guys. You know,
next thing you know, AD was walking behind the cart. Does anybody out there know, is Shep still alive?
You know what, Raff? I have not heard different. I could hit up Doak. Actually, I could hit up Coach Osborne and just ask him. I want to call Osborne and ask him that question.
No, if anybody out there's listening, you know, because
I know a number of years ago, Shep unfortunately had a bunch of his rings stolen.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was jacked up, man. A bunch of us former guys were really pissed off. Like, how are you going to steal Shep's rings?
Yeah.
But someone he had a bunch of his rings stolen. And I'm not quite sure. I'll do some checking on that, Raff.
Yeah, I'd be interested. Me and Shep, we had quite an illustrious history. I would park at North Stadium. They used to have that little garage area there, and I'd park there, and he'd come out and be like, I'm gonna have you towed. And then I'm like, Shep, I'm just gonna be here for 20 minutes. Not a problem. Then one day I pulled up and he goes, this is your spot right there. And he gave me a spot in North Stadium where I could park in the stadium. Wow. And for the next 2 years, I parked. That was my spot. And then other people would try to park there, and Shep come on and like, get out of here. You cannot park in this area. And they'd be like, well, what about Raff? He's like, that's his spot. And I'm like, thanks, Shep.
He's got you covered.
Okay, how did were you working with the gymnastics team during that time?
I was cheerleaders back then, cheerleaders and dance team.
Okay, I was wondering how you had that access, because even us as players, he would warn us because because campus did not mess around. Campus cops, they'd ride around. Remember you could drive your car all around the field.
Oh yeah.
Remember those days? You could actually, Josh, back in the day, you could actually drive your car in the stadium.
Yeah.
And then we'd have folks that would pick us up literally right outside the locker room door, and you literally drive your car right out.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Those are days.
Yeah, no, it was funny when Shep at first, he's like, I'm gonna tow you. And then I always remember that day. He comes up to me, he goes, this is your spot right there. And I was just like, is this real life? And I remember there were so many people that were upset with me. They're like, how do you get a park there? I'm like, well, me and Shep, we're boys. That's what we do. So the good old days.
The good old days, yes, indeed, man. Because right now, bro, you try to bring your car close to the stadium, you're probably going to jail.
Yeah. I still think I have my key to North Stadium or West Stadium. I wonder if it still works. I always say that because they use fob system and all that stuff now.
Yeah.
So my key does not work anymore.
Yeah, you might have to do like put those things on your eyes.
You know what I should do? I should take that key and go in and see if I could get updated and just ask if I could get the updated fob or the updated pass card since I still have the original key from West Stadium.
Right.
Joe B,
real quick, Joe B, good point right here. Joe B says bobblehead night at the baseball game. Appreciate it. He says, and Joe B, good point. They retire a jersey, not the number. So that's a good point, Joe B. Good point. And like he said,
Someone on the text.
Yeah, on the text line, Joe B did. Where they retire a jersey, not the number. Good point. Absolutely, that's exactly how it is. Unknown texter 1004. I'm not going to say the whole number. Rozier used to. I'm going to say your number online. Rozier used to park on the South Stadium underneath the ramp right there every day. Had him in his black Cadillac. Yes, he did. Rozier, and also unknown texter 1000. Broderick Thomas would park his ride underneath there all the time. And so would Steve Taylor. Steve Taylor had a little white CRX that he would park under there all the time. And Broderick had a Cadillac Coupe de Ville that said Sandman on the license plates.
Mike, Steve, and Sandman had South Stadium, and I had North Stadium.
Oh, man. Well, I tell you what, history coming up. Y'all, we got history. And then, Raff, we got that draft to talk about because there's a lot. And we also got some clips from Coach Rules from his presser as well. Raff, take us away, my man.
All right, we'll throw it a break. Just the drive, 93.7, the ticket.
The Sea of Red will fill Memorial Stadium on Saturday for the Red-White Spring Game. Start your day off right with the Elway Power Sports of Lincoln Spring Game Tailgate Show from 8 to 11 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. All your favorite ticket personalities will prepare you for what to watch and players to keep track of. It's the Elway Power Sports of Lincoln Spring Game Tailgate Show from 8 to 11 a.m. on Saturday on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com, and statewide on TV at Allo 961.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Buckle up and hang on. This is going to be a good one.
The fans of Kansas Speedway know how to have a good time. One that celebrates fantastic finishes and family-friendly facilities. Trading paint.
We got feuding.
And tailgating tradition. Burnouts, beer, and barbecue. Oh, it'll for sure be a good time, and you are all invited. NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway, May 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
Spring is here. It's time to get back outside and into proper shoes this year. Brown Shoe Fit is the place to buy this spring with their sale on athletic shoes. Get $15 off any regular price athletic shoes with respected brands like Hoka, Brooks, New Balance, and On Running. And don't forget, Browns carries a large arrangement of sizes and widths to fit your feet properly. Start your spring off right at Brown Shoe Fit, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Jake Sorensen here for The Body Shop. My wife is nearing her due date with our first child and has been in need of a good massage as her body continues to change and adapt. Dennis and the team at The Body Shop were incredible with the prenatal massage that she's still talking about today. I was also able to get a deep tissue massage, so it was a great bonding experience and a unique couples massage in general. If you're in need of stress relief, book a massage today at thebodyshoplincoln.com. The Body Shop at 48th and A.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in April. Try their brand new cake batter cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. And try the caramel latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Foundation for Lincoln Public Schools. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
At Doane University, we build leaders. And that means your success and achievements come first.
At Doane University, your future is uniquely yours. And our world-class liberal arts education is just the beginning.
We invite you to schedule your campus visit and experience why Doane University will start you on your journey to your future career.
Learn more by scheduling your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit. See you soon.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Friday History.
The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. It's a pretty good cup of coffee. Sometimes hotel coffee is crappy. You know what I'm saying, man? Sometimes you get something that's kind of like, man, this tastes like gravel.
You haven't lived till you've had my coffee.
You don't drink coffee.
I don't drink it, but doesn't say I don't make it. I make a pretty good cup of Joe. I've been told.
You make a pretty good cup. Like, do you? Okay, man. I know you drink coffee, don't you, Josh?
No, I don't.
Man, what is wrong with y'all, man?
I make it.
I create my own energy.
Those Keurig things.
You know, Josh, that's called 21.
Hey, 22.
That's called 22.
I take some water and I pour it in the little thing, and then I push the water holder. And then I push
the coffee pot.
I push the button and it turns it on and it heats up the water. And then when the water gets heated up, I take out one of those little cartridges, maybe black silk or toffee nut or whatever, and I put it in, and then I push the thing down, and I push the button, and it makes my coffee. I'm an artist.
So you must be talking about coffee for a friend because you don't drink it.
No, I just make it.
Yeah, man. I'm a coffee connoisseur. I love drinking.
What do they call that if you make a coffee? What is that? What are they called?
Barista?
Yes. Call me.
So you're barista?
Barista, Raff.
Raffista.
Barista, Raffinata.
Hey, Raff, I think you're going to like this history segment. You might have the same one. Or are we thinking
I think I have the song, actually, if you want me to try it.
Oh, yeah.
I think I have it.
What song?
Well, the history song.
Oh, yeah. Let's see what we got. Yeah, we got not ours.
Yes.
I
knew what it was going to be. Oh, yeah. It's Friday.
Much about
Welcome.
science book.
Oh, beautiful.
Hey.
Know much about the French I took.
Bo knows football.
But I do know that I love you.
Broncos.
And I know that if you love me too,
Elway.
what a wonderful world
83.
this would be.
Remix.
You guys should be proud of your vocal abilities.
Yeah, exactly. But none of the listeners right now, as they're like messaging, going, Josh will never run the board again.
Yeah, I'm hoping we didn't cause any accidents.
That was a famous Broncos remix right there.
Yeah, I hope it didn't scare anybody. Yeah, well, I tell you what, if the listeners, you weren't awake, you're woke right now, big time. You are awake and rising and grinding. Raff, I'm not going to take yours because I got a feeling you're going to say the same one. So I'm not going to mention
You
that
should
one.
do it. I want to see how you frame it.
How I frame it?
Yeah, you should probably do it.
No, I refuse. I refuse. You got to do it. You got to do it. I'm going to do
man.
something else. Check this out. Speaking of NBA, I'm going to do some NBA history. I'm going to talk Husker history here real quick, too. Husker history spring games. Okay. Husker history spring games. And I brought it up already before. I mentioned this, but because it was so spectacular in what he did, and I think I brought this up actually earlier this week when I talked about LP. But folks, I'm going to tell you something about LP, man. Lawrence was so special. This was in '94. And we mentioned already that he ran for 156 yards and all that stuff. But here's one thing I'm going to tell you about LP. And I'm not going to talk about the history part of it, just for the person. LP was one of the most laid-back dudes you'd ever meet, man. I mean, cooler than the other side of the pillow. He was a big kid. He was a big kid, jovial, had a good time. But I'm gonna talk about just the physical part of him too. Lawrence was a dude to where he was 6'1". What'd you say, Raff? 6'1 and a half, 6'2", about 6'1 and a half, 6'2 maybe. But he was just the dude. The dude would run by you, run over you, run around you. In my opinion, the best running back to ever play at Nebraska. You know, this is no disrespect, of course, against AG, no disrespect against Rozier. They would probably say the same daggone thing as far as that goes. But LP was just an amazing guy, an amazing back, man, and even a better person. People can go all the other stuff all they want, but I'm talking about LP the person. But I remember he ran out for that 156, and just look on his eyes was just he was just a kid out there playing sandlot ball, man. Sandlot ball. So that was a 1994 LP again, 156. God rest LP soul. Go ahead, Rafferty. I'm not going to steal your thunder because I know which one you're going to come out with.
All right, here it goes. 1941, a tradition begins.
Okay, that's not what I was thinking.
Oregon at a baseball stadium, the Chicago Cubs. Without that Oregon, there might have never been a Harry Carey singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
Ooh.
There might have never been a Nick Sainert singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" at the Omaha Storm Chasers games or whatever. Are they Storm Chasers still? Omaha?
Yes, should be.
Yeah. I mean, that Oregon back in 1941 started the careers of Harry Carey and Nick Sainert. That Oregon. I wonder if it's still there.
It might be.
Well, they still play it when I go to games. They still have an organist.
The original Oregon, the 1941 special? That's the question.
Don't know. I have to look that up.
I need to know.
I gotta tell you, there's nothing like being in the bleachers at Wrigley Field singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" with your boys or your dad or whatever it may be. It's like some of my favorite memories.
I feel like Josh is a homer. I love it.
Hey,
I'm here for it.
Hey, you know what? You like the Broncos, I like the Cubs. We're winning in life,
well,
right?
Speaking of the Broncos, on this day in 1983,
yep,
the Baltimore Colts drafted John Elway. You heard it right. The Baltimore Colts drafted John Elway.
Yes.
But then 2 days later, in one of the greatest trades in the history of the NFL, John Elway became a Denver Bronco. And it changed my life forever. As I look back, I smile. I think to myself, oh, what a beautiful life this has been. Thank you, John Elway. Thank you.
Where does that day, honestly, Raff, where does that day rank for you in sports or maybe just life in general?
I hope it's just sports and not life.
Well, probably sports. It would probably be in the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Probably life, probably in the top 7. No, maybe top 7 or 8. No, it's crazy about that though. Was this 1983 draft? I begged and I pleaded for my mom to not let me go to school that day because I had a feeling maybe Denver could draft John. I thought maybe they might trade up. And I remember my mom, she stuck to her gun. She's like, "You're not skipping school for no NFL draft." I'm like, "Please, Mom."
Mama Raff said, "Nope."
See, now kids don't even have to deal with that anymore. Now they get to watch it at night. So there's no skipping of school. But 83, it was the ESPN and what Zimmer, Larry Zimmer or Zimmer, I forgot what is Zimmerman. And there was Tom Mees, Chris Berman. And I was like, man, come on, Mom, let me stay home from school. But my mom said, no. So I had to go to school that day. And then I got home that day and I'm like, who'd the Broncos get? And they're like, and I looked and it's Chris Hinton, tackle. I'm like, Chris Hinton, tackle. Maybe it's good my mom didn't make me.
Yeah.
Little did we know that Jim Irsay Sr. was enamored by Chris Hinton. And so the Broncos traded a first-round pick, Chris Hinton, and who was the third guy, the quarterback, Mark Herman, and acquired from Stanford, John Elbert Elway, born June 28, 1960 in Port Angeles, Washington. All right. That's my John Elway for the day.
That's impressive.
Yeah, this is getting, no, it's actually getting a little eerie.
The listeners love it when I talk John Elway.
Text line.
yesterday I was called out for, since I don't wear Broncos shirts, that I'm not a Broncos fan. Now today I'm going overboard. So I just had to come back and balance out the force.
We have a couple of texts on the text line. Someone said, we have another Cubs fan. Dang, I must be busy. First time I've been able to tune in for a while. Hope you guys are doing good. Miss you. Go Cubs, go. And then Joe B asked me, do we think the Bears are really better, or do I think the Bears are really better at quarterback after that draft? I think it's more of a case of the team is set up for a little more success, right? Obviously, we can't predict anything. He was just drafted yesterday. He's probably still celebrating. The big things you're looking for is who they're acquiring. And I think the big thing also to think about is Williams. I think he knows. Well, I'm saying I think a lot.
Is this the draft segment, Josh? I think that's the next segment.
That's the next segment.
No,
okay. No, I mean, the team's built for him, and now it's just about understanding. Is he going to use it? Yeah. We know what happened last time we tried a draft segment. It ended up being a Bears rant. So let's just maybe no draft segment.
And we got. Sorry.
Go ahead, Raff.
No, you're good. Go on.
No, I'm just going to say, Riley says, please stop. Aiden says, can we make that Raff's John Elway history for the year?
Chiefs fans love it when I talk John Elway. I
mean, speaking of Chiefs, all
I hear is Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce.
We're going to get into the Chiefs.
Taylor Swift. That's all I hear. Brittany Mahomes. I mean, we need some Elway to balance the force. No. Yeah. We have a birthday. We have a birthday today before I throw it to break. I just want to throw this out there. One of the legends of Omaha was born in 1937. Bob Boozer, former basketball great, Olympic gold medalist in 1960,
Absolutely.
Born in Omaha, Nebraska. He played at college at Kansas State, I believe, if I'm correct there. But Bob Boozer, one of Omaha back, they had some athletes. Holy cow.
Yeah. There was a lot of great athletes that come out of that, especially during that era too, man. You think about Briscoe and Boozer, obviously
Johnny the Jet.
I mean, they had some ballers out of there, man.
The pitcher.
And
I'm gonna say the wrong guy. It's the Cardinals pitcher, I'm pretty sure. And Bob Gibson?
Gibson. It is. No.
Is it? I think.
No, maybe it is.
Yeah, I think it's Bob Gibson.
I think it is Bob Gibson. I think it is.
So. I think so. Somebody on the text line, help us out. We like being 100% factual on this show all the time. Well, 93.8% of the time.
93.7 of the time. There we go, AD. Same wavelength.
I think it was Bob Gibson, though.
Yeah, I think it was.
Somebody help us. David Freehoff will know. He knows everything.
Yeah, he'll know. Take us a break, big dog, because we got some NFL action to discuss.
NFL draft. Yeah. All right, we'll throw it a break. This is The Drive, 93.7, The Ticket.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about that. They provide solutions for heavy equipment and automotive fuels, lubricants, and equipment guard options. And with Stern's commitment to customer service for the past 40 years, you know you have a partner to help support your operations for years to come. Contact Roger at Stern Company by calling 1-800-477-2744 or visit them online at stern.co. Stern Company, where problems meet solvers.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in April. Try their brand new cake batter cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. And try the caramel latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Foundation for Lincoln Public Schools. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Hey, Husker Nation, Matt Davison here with 1890. It's an exciting time to be a Husker fan, and to keep that momentum going, we need your help. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics, and we're doing the same through name, image, and likeness. NIL is a unique opportunity for every Husker fan to have a direct impact on the success of our programs. Through 1890, 100% of your contribution goes to the student athletes. So go to 1890nebraska.com, choose your sport, become a member, and help the Huskers recruit and retain the best. Go Big Red.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
One action, no matter how small, can have a world of impact on the life of a child. Cedars started because one couple believed that they could provide a child with a better life. And that belief grew into the Cedars that we know today, a powerful force for good that helps thousands of kids across Nebraska. Belief grows.
Do you need motivation to get to the gym on the weekend or even in general? Tune into the Movement Hour each Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. Movement Academy owner Robert Kuhlman will host the show as he introduces new ways to stay in shape. The Movement Hour every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197. For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives.
Buckle up and hang on. This is going to be a good one.
The fans of Kansas Speedway know how to have a good time. One that celebrates fantastic finishes and family-friendly facilities. Trading paint.
We got feuding
and tailgating tradition. Burnouts, beer, and barbecue. Oh, it'll for sure be a good time, and you are all invited. NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway, May 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska East sports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. Hour 2 is proudly sponsored by Doors Plus. If your garage door needs maintenance or you need an entirely new garage door, give Cameron Hall and his team a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus is locally owned and handles everything from residential or commercial garage doors, garage door openers, safety tune-ups, or custom design. Visit DoorsPlusLLC.com to learn more. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more. That might be my new trademark. Yeah.
You guys have drafted the first time since 1983 that you had this many quarterbacks that were chosen out of there. I'll go down the first ones real quick, and then I'm just going to dive in, Raff, let you go roll. Caleb Williams, of course, to Josh. Josh, we'll get your input on this too, man. Your Chicago Bears picked up Caleb Williams, but there's no shocker whatsoever. Everyone knew that. Jaden Daniels goes to the Washington football team, or Commanders, whatever you want to call them. Can't say whatever you want to call them. They go by the Washington football team right now. So Washington picks up Jaden Daniels. Drake May. And I'm going to tell you something, man. And Raff, like you guys were saying before, I don't know, Rico doesn't like the pick. Nope. We shall see. We shall see. Is this going to be Jones 2.0? Who knows? Who knows? But Drake May, I was surprised that he went over the other guys he went over. But nevertheless, number 3, Drake May out of North Carolina. Marvin Harrison, they were cheering very loudly down here in Arizona when Marvin Harrison was mentioned. And there were some funny memes that were coming. Raph, I sent you one that had a huge picture of a Marvin Harrison of a junior, and it was like a little picture, little guy, Kyler Murray right there. So he's got a receiver to throw to. Was number 4, Joe Alt, offensive tackle out of Notre Dame. That's your team, Josh, as well. Number 5, 6th pick was Malik Neighbors out of LSU. Offensive tackle J.C. Latham out of Alabama. And then again, the one, and we'll get into this, you guys, the head scratcher of the night, for me at least, I'm not saying it's for everybody, but number 8, Michael Penix goes to Atlanta. Atlanta, as you know, they had just signed Kirk Cousins to a $160 million deal, $140 million deal with $100 million guaranteed. Let me repeat that. $100 million of that contract is guaranteed money. We can talk about development, etc. Just a head scratcher. But Raph, what else? Anything that threw you off? Anything that surprised you? Go into now. This part I don't mind hearing about your Broncos. Were you happy with the pickup of Bo Nix and other thoughts you had on the draft last night?
Well, I said this earlier. At first, if you have to ask me before the draft, you'd have said, "Should the Broncos have Bo Nix?" I was sort of like me. If the Broncos could have fell into like a trade for Justin Herbert or a Jaden Daniels, those were kind of like my two guys that I'd been super ecstatic if something like that would have fell in. But it didn't happen. I knew it. I mean, it was a long shot that anything like that was going to happen. So then Broncos select Bo Nix. Well, right when you draft him, you're like, okay, let's open the book on him and check and look, what are his strengths? What are, and first thing that stuck out to me was 77% passing percentage last year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he's accurate. But then I'm like, but then Oregon throws a lot of those bubble screens and a lot of those, just the out to the running back swing passes and stuff like that. So I'm like, oh man. But then Sean Payton in his press conference came out and said, hey, I went to our analytics staff and I said, take off all the screen passes, all the bubble screens, everything. Take all that out. I just want to see when he drives the ball downfield, what are his percentages like then? And he said, I was stunned by just how strong how statistically strong he is driving the ball down the field, throwing, converting on long third downs. So then I was like, okay, I'm liking this. Well, then they brought him into chalkboard. And the night before they brought him into work, do chalkboard work, the Broncos gave him, I think it was 2 different packets of plays. And he came in the next day and he had memorized both packets of plays. So that tells me that his football IQ is there. And I guess one of the things that I always look at is like the age. You can look at it in 2 ways. You come in, you get, say, a 20-year-old or a 21-year-old quarterback. He's young, and football is a game for the young. However, you got Bo Nix. He just turned 24. So that's got to think to me that his experience of being, at Auburn, at Oregon, the Denver's going to want to get him in and playing early. And even Bill Belichick said last night that he thought that Bo Nix was the most ready to take over an NFL program. So if Bill Belichick says it, hey, who am I to argue? I mean, he did coach Tom Brady to all those Super Bowls, because without Bill Belichick, I doubt Tom Brady would have probably maybe only won just 1 Super Bowl with Tampa Bay, probably.
Well, you can't help yourself, right?
I'm glad Rico did not.
Rico's not listening.
Yeah, thank goodness he did not hear that.
I was hoping he was listening, but no.
I like the pickup with Bo Nix, man. He's a guy you remember when he was at Auburn, had to put in work at Auburn. Obviously, he goes teams up with DeBoer at Washington. Of course, DeBoer, who's now the coach at Alabama.
Oregon.
Oregon is what I meant. But of course, the DeBoer, who's the coach now at Alabama. But when he went to Oregon, he was just a machine, man. Obviously, had great pieces around him. He had a great scheme, had a great system. Going to be interesting. I like him a lot better than whatchamacallit they got out of New York. Who's the other quarterback you guys got? Raff, what's his name? They just traded for him. They got him out of New York. Zach Wilson. I'm not sold. I mean, I don't think anybody's sold on Zach Wilson as far as that goes.
I don't even know if Zach Wilson's
but here's what I'm going to say, man. Here's what I'm going to say. You never know, because sometimes you change the environment, change the scheme, you change the coach, things happen. Is it likely? Who knows? But you got Bo Nix, and so that's something you got a QB, someone with the skills. Is he ready? Day one, ready quarterback? Don't know that, but at least you got one in there, Raff, compared to what it was looking like this time yesterday. So from that aspect, it's a good thing.
Yeah, and then looking back at that Drake May pick, I almost kind of think that the Drake May pick kind of flipped, because I think if they would have drafted a month ago, I think Drake May would have probably went number 2 to the Commanders, and then you probably would have had Jaden Daniels fall to New England. But yeah, that's just the crazy way of the draft. I mean, one day it's one thing. I mean, you look at the draft, there was talk, last night that like the Penixes and the Knickses a couple weeks ago talking maybe not even in the first round, maybe late first round. I mean, they didn't even get invited to the draft last night. So that the draft is so fluid, and it was a fun watch last night. Like I just the package of it. And it felt to me like in past years, I always felt like the 10 minutes used to drag out and take forever. But man, it felt like last night it was boom, boom, boom.
Agreed.
Teams had their conviction. They were going up with 5 minutes left on the clock. I think it sort of surprised, ESPN, ABC Network, Disney, that they were going so quick, because trying to get those interviews done. And but it was fun. I enjoyed it. It'll be interesting to see what the TV ratings come out to, what the ratings for the draft were last night compared to what the NBA games were. Because I guarantee you that NFL football dominated the TV spectrum last night.
Yeah. Well, Joshua shot the battle of Jericho. Were you happy with Caleb?
You know what?
Let it go.
I
Fields
think
is gone. He's a Steeler now.
I'm ready, man. I'm ready. I think people talk a lot about the big issue with the Bears is being able to have time. And what you have to understand is what happened with Fields and what's going to happen with Williams. The common denominator is the offensive line. If you can get the ball out and you have good receivers, you're going to be able to make plays. Everyone on the offensive line is going to be the same. The two tackles, Braxton Jones, Darnell Wright are back. Nate Davis, Tevin Jenkins, the guards are back. The only change is center, Coleman Shelton. So this team is built for Caleb Williams. I don't think they go make those moves for Keenan Allen, DeAndre Swift, whoever it may be, even on the defensive side of the ball. I don't think they stack up the team if they're not confident that Caleb Williams is their guy. They see someone thinking, okay, we have to look at what he did 2 years ago with Jordan Addison at USC. That was one target, and look what he did. What happens if he has an all-pro in Keenan Allen, an all-pro in DJ Moore, and we could get into Roman Dunze later. I do not know how. I'm very excited about that. I did not think he would be available. I thought it'd be more Malik Neighbors type thing or Olu Fashunu out of Penn State. But I'm ready. I think Chicago's ready. They're embracing him. I know there was a lot of questions about how he carried himself off the field, some of the things he did on the field. But he understands that this city is in dire need of someone to be the face of the franchise. They need someone to bring Bears football back. And I think the fan base is excited to see somebody carry the franchise other than a running back or the defense. Because even look in the early 2010s, you're talking Matt Forte, Devin Hester defense. It's been in a constant cycle of that. So to see a quarterback possibly, oh, you're good. Bless you. To possibly have a chance.
Blew my headphones out.
I'm blowing you away with this take, right? Yeah.
I was like, where'd my headphones go?
But that's honestly where I sit, though.
AD's allergic to Bears talk.
I know. Someone on the text line wants Steelers talk, so we'll have to get your take there. But
Pete's an upset Cowboys fan. Poor kid.
But that's where I stand. I think we're ready for him, and I'm excited to see what he does. And obviously, we can't assume anything yet. He hasn't stepped on the field, but I think all the pieces are around him to be successful, allow him to be the best version of Caleb Williams and be one of the best, possibly one of the best Chicago quarterbacks of all time.
Whoa, better than Sid Luckman?
No, not yet.
Don't crown him yet.
Probably better than Mitchell Trubisky.
Let's have a 3,000-yard passing season first.
4,000, it's 4,000.
No, you just want 3,000. You just get 3.
I just want 2,000, man. 2,000. And 100 rushing yards. Just give me that.
I'll tell you both this. And text line, let us know how you liked your picks as well. And I know Josh and Raff will read those for the remainder of the show and get in those. But, I like the Bo Nix pick, of course, with Denver. I thought that they definitely fulfilled the need. They took her because, I don't think Zach Wilson's that guy. Again, maybe you're wrong, but you definitely want some assurance. And I think everything we've saw from Bo Nix, he has some tools in the tool bag for sure. And then, of course, with Caleb Williams, we know that already going in. I mentioned yesterday, the locker room stuff, and I still worry about it. I still wonder about that. But again, to like you guys brought up yesterday, DB brought up yesterday, yeah, they don't have a culture at Chicago. But my point is, it's all the more reason why they need someone who doesn't need to stir the pot for it to be worse. Do I think Caleb's going to do that? No, I don't think he's going to stir it up and make it worse or anything like that whatsoever. Here's the deal, guys. The NFL is good when your blue blood programs are good. Your Bears, your Broncos, your Packers, your Cowboys. Yeah, I'm obviously going to be biased for Steelers, but I'm talking about your blue blood teams, man. It's just good for football when all those teams are competitive and not getting the brakes beat off of them. So I do want Denver, the Bo Nix thing to work out. I do want it to work out with Caleb there in Chicago. But to the team that you guys, first of all, I loved ours, Troy Fanata, if I'm pronouncing his name right, for Steelers. Offensive guard out of Washington. Love the pickup. We need a few more of those. I would not care if Pittsburgh went strictly interior lineman on both sides of the ball because other positions were pretty well to go. The shocker for the head scratcher for me, I could not understand the Penix pickup, and maybe that's their development. Yeah. I guess
I don't understand it either. I didn't
get it.
How you sign a quarterback for 4 years, $160 million, but you have an opportunity to add a defender. You had the top defense put on the board still. at
Ton
their
of
pick.
them.
So basically, you're saying, well, we're going to draft our future quarterback when you just signed a quarterback to take it. Just and now you've got a starting quarterback that's scratching his head, going, "No, am I just a 2-year project, 2 years, and then I'm out?" And because you know that the Penix that for the fans are going to want, because you have when a quarterback starts the new team, struggles a little bit just to get used to the players. So what are they going to look at in Atlanta? They're going to be like, "Hey, we got Penix right here. It's time." So I don't understand that pick, and I think the Falcons hamstrung themselves from being, because I thought the way they were looking at it that their offense is pretty secure with what they have. They even could have went out and got a receiver.
And you know what, Raff? I'm gonna tell you guys this: if I'm Kirk Cousins, I would give 0 cares, because you know why?
My
You
$100
owe
million.
me $100 million no matter what. I don't care if you draft who you drafted. I mean, obviously you do, but I'm simply saying from a financial aspect, from a business aspect of it, it's like I got $100 million guaranteed no matter what. So you can do whatever you want, draft whoever you want. You owe me $100 million. Okay.
Yeah. But you know how those players are wired differently, though.
Yeah, it was a head scratcher.
They want to win a championship.
Yeah, it was a head scratcher. I didn't understand that one. The bigger head scratcher, almost, I can't say bigger. How in the world, when Buffalo just traded your A target, you don't have an A target receiver, you trade you swap picks with your rival, and they get the guy that you needed in Xavier Worthy. Mahomes right now, Mahomes is at wherever he's at right now, Cabo, who knows where, the Canary Islands,
downtown Kansas City.
He's going, oh, wait a minute, you gave me another weapon that runs a sub low 4-2, 4-3, 4-2.
Yeah.
Xavier Worthy?
Thank you.
It's like, oh my goodness. And think about it, Raff and Josh. I know it's different with you guys. I have no problems with KC whatsoever. They're not my division. I mean, we play them. Obviously, they beat Pittsburgh a couple times, but nevertheless, I look at Mahomes now and KC and Andy Reid. He's going, checkmate. I don't understand Buffalo. What did they get, Josh? It's like, were you trying to bankrupt Josh Allen with no talent?
The thing about it was they did not want Worthy. Billy,
maybe they know something we don't know.
Bean came out at the post press conference and basically said, "Hey, we had to go about getting our guys. They had to go about getting theirs." He showed no, I don't think they didn't want Worthy. That's why they traded back. But now I just laugh because there's no more number 1 type receivers left. Now you're going to have your number 2s, your number 3s. So now you're looking at this. You're coming to next season. I mean, do they, try trading for like the T. Higgins or somebody like that? And I don't even know if T. Higgins is a number 1. So now you got Josh Allen coming in, and he don't have a number 1 receiver next year. So he's going to have maybe 2 number 2s and a number 3. So it's, I didn't get it. I actually thought going into the night, Buffalo might trade up to try getting one of those top receivers, trying to get him a piece of the puzzle, because man, I'll tell you what, when you're settling an awful lot on Josh Allen's shoulders by not getting him, some target, especially losing Stephon Diggs. I mean, you've got to get somebody for him. You've got to get him pieces. And then getting to this point of his career where we always talk about every year, is like that style of football, it takes its toll on you. And now he's going to feel like he's going to have to do even more next year. So man, it's frustrating. I'm not even a Buffalo Bills fan, and it frustrates me. So,
I mean, how fast? Oh,
go ahead, brother. No, go ahead, brother.
Okay. How fast do you guys think the Bills window is closing? Because it seemed like in 2020, 2021,
it's close.
It seemed like they were going to be able to make a run at a couple titles, but slowly you've seen them just take away piece by piece from Josh Allen.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the way he plays, it takes a toll, and your defense it's not as strong. The Bears took their DC.
Yeah.
You've lost a couple players, especially Tremaine Edmonds. Your number 1 receiver is going away. And I'm forgetting who their number 3 was that went off in the playoffs. Gabe Davis, right?
Yeah, he's gone.
Everyone knows that he's just going to run a deep route. And
he's gone.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
So they're
it's done.
They're done. I mean, it's crazy. I watch some of that stuff transpire, and I'm just like, what are you doing?
It was
what
unreal.
Are you doing?
It was unreal. It's almost like they just, I don't know. I have no idea what their thinking was, unless they have something up their sleeve. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get it whatsoever. Well, I know you guys got some rule action, maybe NFL action more. I'm gonna have to tap out and get downstairs for a sound check. But again, I'll just say this in closing. Sanderson said, say Pittsburgh again. Pittsburgh. So I love my Steelers. Like I said, they got Troy Fanato. I'm probably mispronouncing his name, but they got Troy. We'll just say Troy F out of Washington. So I'm glad with that pick as a guard. They need some more. Of course, KC, the Chiefs. Whew. Xavier Worthy, Raff, your Broncos pick up Bo Nix and Caleb Williams #1, which is not a surprise to anybody. But it was like you said, Raff. It was a great first day of the draft, man. I'm excited I'll be in the air most of the night, but I'll be excited to check it out in the air too, though.
Yep, definitely.
Right.
Well, we'll let you get to your sound break or your sound check. Good luck talking. Safe travels back.
Absolutely.
And we will throw it to break. It's the drive and 3.7 the ticket.
You can get diesel anywhere, but what about atomic diesel? That comes from Stern. Atomic Diesel is your solution to all your cold weather problems. Prevent clogged fuel filters, increase your fuel economy, and save money with Atomic Diesel. Contact Roger at Stern today by calling 1-800-477-2744 to see how Atomic Diesel and the rest of their line of fuels and lubricants can keep your operation running at max capacity.
Hi, I'm Senator Bo Ballard. I was born and raised in Lancaster County, learning the value of hard work and grit at a young age. I built my own company, creating jobs right here in our community. I know that families and businesses in our community need lower taxes, lower cost of healthcare, and a great education. That's why, as your senator, I helped pass the largest tax cut and made the most significant investment in education in Nebraska history and worked to reduce the cost of healthcare. I'm Senator Bo Ballard, and I humbly ask for your vote on May 14th. Paid for by Ballard for Nebraska.
The Omaha Supernovas are back in action this Friday, April 26th versus the Grand Rapids Rise at CHI Health Center in Omaha. The Mullen Motors pregame show with Derek Pierce and Renee Saunders starts at 6 p.m. with first serve at 7. Make sure to tune in to the next Ag Appraisal and Realty postgame show right after the match ends. Catch all the action on your flagship station, 93.7 The Ticket, and statewide on the Supernovas Radio Network.
Problem gambling is not just a financial issue. It's an emotional problem with financial consequences. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300. Do you need motivation to get to the gym on the weekend or even in general? Tune into the Movement Hour each Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. Movement Academy owner Robert Kuhlman will host the show as he introduces new ways to stay in shape. The Movement Hour every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppel Chevrolet GMC, and our annual spring sales event is now underway. We have absolutely huge savings right now at Coppel. New Sierras and new Silverados have a double whammy. Choose from APR starting at 1.9% or discounts over $9,000. Yes, that's right, 1.9% APR or discounts of over $9,000. So please take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street just south of the interstate, or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through April 30th is buy one, get one free on New York strips, limit 4 per visit. Also 15% off koozie chips and nuts. And don't forget about lunch on Fired Up Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
The need in our community, if you just look at the numbers, it's frightening. We're serving over 1,000 kids every day. With the passion of our people, I really feel like our potential to be of even greater service to kids and families who are struggling is just unlimited. But in order to have the greatest impact, we need all the help we can get from the community.
The Sea of Red will fill Memorial Stadium on Saturday for the Red-White Spring Game. Start your day off right with the Elway Power Sports of Lincoln Spring Game Tailgate Show from 8 to 11 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. All your favorite ticket personalities will prepare you for what to watch and players to keep track of. It's the Elway Power Sports of Lincoln Spring Game Tailgate Show from 8 to 11 a.m. on Saturday on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. and statewide on TV at Allo 961. Early break with Sip and Jake.
Nobody goes to McDonald's more than you. Nobody.
No,
every meal,
I agree
every
with that.
call. I mean, every meal.
Every morning you're there.
Every morning goes to
Every
McDonald's
single
every day.
I do it. Oh, I go every day.
Is it?
Yeah,
How many
that's what I
times?
mean. That's a lot.
How many? Sometimes
I'm
twice
saying in the next year I go 9 times. I
That's
go
high
9.
for me. I'm not going 9
Oh,
times
I mean
to
7
McDonald's.
times
Yeah.
a week. 7
Yeah.
times a week.
That's what I mean.
Yes.
But there's a lot of
Every
times
day.
though you go more than once a day.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so I'm telling you. So it's
But I just
500.
get coffee.
But you go 500 times a year. That's a lot. 500 times a year. The most I'm at is 9. I'm at 9. Jake's at 4, and you're at 500.
I say 4 to 5 for myself.
So I did 9. You said
Put
500.
it that way.
It is. Just do the math.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
I'm Dave Osted. And I'm Ryan Osted. Every golfer will get value from being custom fit. The truth is, the higher handicappers will get more value from being custom fit than the low handicappers.
It's changed so much since my dad started the business in 1963. We now have hundreds of thousands of dollars in technology, and we know exactly what the spin rate is, what the launch angle is. We encourage you to bring your current clubs in now, and we can compare it. And guys walk out of the store knowing that the purchase they just made, they're going to give them 21 more yards off the tee box. Play better, have fun, and shop Osted's.
Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and air park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries.
The Drive with AD and Raff.
Albert Breer posted his comments about Bill Belichick from the Coaches Clinic. Adam Schefter retweeted it. So they're up to like 787,000 views right now.
You think about this, AJ. You've been in the league for a long time. You've been around, played against him. He's coached against you, etc. He's 72 years old. What's going to be the fit for you? What are you looking for in an organization?
Has been the mastermind on defense and kind of not controlling, but accountability is high, and he holds you to it. No matter who you are.
There's your standard.
Because remember when he was at New England, Tom Brady, for the guys that were on that squad, Seymour through the years, like no matter what, he treated everybody the same and talked to everybody the same.
Weekdays from 8 to 10 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I got to let it marinate. I always get told I don't let it marinate, so I'm letting it marinate. All right, we're back again. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket. It is Friday. No rain yet, probably this afternoon. Then they'll stop for the baseball game tonight, the softball game. So we'll be good to go. But yesterday, Coach Matt Rule stepped to the podium. I believe it is his final time before the spring game. So he had to answer the questions about the old spring game coming up this Saturday at 11 o'clock. Memorial Stadium. I don't know if they even announced an attendance yet. If they got to be pushing 60,000, I would think.
So that's what I was just talking about with a few of our guests. You have to wonder, are they really going to be able to fill a good chunk of that top deck on the east side of the stadium? That's what I'm really wondering.
60,000.
That'd be crazy. Honestly. I mean, that would be huge for Husker football. And it goes to show that they're ready to usher in that new era of the Big Red football program.
Definitely. Well, let's get some clips. What do we got for clips from Coach Matt Rule?
Yeah, so the first one we will hit here is how will the freshman QBs handle the spring game? Here we go.
I don't know. That's what I'm excited about. You know, like to me,
great players do what they do. They don't do new stuff. And so, the analogy I just gave our players in here is like a lot of them play Madden. If you call engage 8 on defense in Madden and it doesn't, engage 8. All right. I said that I don't play it. And I was like, they still have engage 8. And they're like, yeah. If you call engage 8 and then 8 guys don't blitz, you think your game's broke. Well, when you're calling plays and you're calling an out cut by 1 and a shallow cross by 2, and they don't do that, you're like, how do you call the plays? Right. So my challenge to the guys is just, hey, do what you've been doing all spring. And that's really true for the quarterbacks. Right. I think with the headsets and the operation and all that stuff, being in 2 minute for us will really help so that we can, I don't want to get to the first game. And if a freshman's starting, we have a 66% chance of a freshman starting. It's what I've said to the coaches all spring. So I don't want to get there and all of a sudden it's the first time. And then if Heinrich's starting, it's his first time using the headset. So I really want this operation to flow, especially at the end of games. So I'm hoping it's loud so that the guys get used to, hey, we're on the game. At the end of the game, it's feel like. So those are the things I'm really looking for from a football standpoint. If it doesn't look the way we play, so be it.
Yeah, no, I listened to that right there. I had to laugh when he talks about when you call the plays, and if they're not out, I think about the interception in the end zone there at the end of, I forgot which game it was last year, where receiver might have ran the wrong route a little bit, quarterback threw it underneath.
Well, there was Minnesota at the end of the first half. There was that miscommunication.
I forget about that game. It was middle of the year. But I think when he talks about that, I love just how the psychological part of the game and Coach Rule and the way he talks. He talks a lot about the Tuesday and Wednesday Huskers and the Saturday Huskers. So come tomorrow, he wants that Tuesday and Wednesday. He wants those practice, to transition into games, because everything they do in these practices, it means absolutely nothing if you go into the games and they fall apart. So, but it'll be fun to watch. It's going to be fun to watch all three of the quarterbacks. It'll be the first time that they're playing under a game, quote unquote, situation with the headsets. So it's going to be fun to see the communication there. It's going to be interesting. We will never know this, but what are their, getting out of the huddle, because these headsets, they turn off with 15 seconds left on the play clock. Mm-hmm. So if they get up to the line of scrimmage, get the play called, line of scrimmage, the quarterback's coach, well, I guess Satterfield, I don't know how who'll be messaging in the plays. It'll be Thomas or Satterfield, or how that'll work. But they're going to be able to look at give the quarterback's pre-snap read and be like, hey, you might want to look at this, that safety, coming down the zone, man to man. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I'm excited to watch it. And I'm excited. I want this to be a competitive game, like a football game feel. I know they're not going to do kickoffs, punt returns, but they can make this competitive. Like he talked about, we could do a defense versus offense thing, but the whole scoring thing's so confusing, and he wants to see a score, and he wants to see. So it's gonna be a fun day tomorrow. So I hope the weather holds off and everything goes good.
Well, and you talk about the use of the headsets, with or without the headset, or the helmet communication, I should say. It's going to be completely different for Daniel Kalen and Dylan Raiola. It's going to be completely different from their final game of their senior year of high school. So what I'm looking for is to see how they adapt in this situation, because even a spring game is far different. You got bigger guys running at you on the defensive side of the ball. And also it's the culture of practice. What you practice is what you get good at. So what you're doing on Tuesday, Wednesday is going to completely translate to Saturday. Yep. And the thing is, with these new implications, these new rules, you need to practice like this is a real game, because this is your one shot at it.
Yeah, that's what I used to always talk about back in the day. I was like, hey, we're wasting. And he even brought that up. This is not just a cash it in type. We're going out in front of the fans. We're going to use this as work. We are not like, I always love it. I catch myself saying the stuff he says. He's like, we're not a 12-0 football team. We're a 5-7 football team. You can't cash in any practice. Any time that you get to be together as a team and have a chance to work together, you've got to use it. So tomorrow, in no way is this a cash in. This is you getting work tomorrow. So it's going to be competitive and it's going to be fun.
Yeah, understand where you've came from over the past 4 years.
You're still 5-7 team.
Don't forget that. And you talk about freshman quarterbacks. So who does that imply? Dylan Raiola. There are a lot of Husker fans coming to see Dylan Raiola. So what would you tell them? Here's Matt Rule.
Can't even answer that. Like, not disrespectful to you. Like, I'd hope, was the line from Gene Hackman and Hoosiers where they're all chanting for Jimmy. And he's like, I hope you'd cheer for, I hope everyone, and the Husker fans I meet, I'm sure they're excited to see Dylan play, but most of them, they come to the warm-ups here because they want to see all the players. So we don't love any one player more than anyone else. So I hope Husker fans have a pretty high standard. I'm sure that if I was a Husker fan, I'd just be coming hoping that the ball's not on the ground. You know what I mean? Like, hey, let's play real football. So, but you want to be the starting quarterback at Nebraska? You better be ready to deal with the heat. You know what I'm saying? So, Heinrich learned that last year. A lot of guys have learned that it's hard. After games, you guys don't talk to Gifford after every game, do you? You don't talk to Nash after every game. You talk to me and the quarterback. And so the two people with the most pressure are me and the quarterback. And so they better, if a freshman's starting, they better learn it now.
Yep. That right there. I mean, there's no question about it. Coach Rule is correct. Nebraska fans, they support the entire team, all the players. However, the integral, almost the face of the program is Dylan Raiola. He's the 5-star recruit. He's one of the top recruits in the country. It's going to be there. But one of the things that I've been telling people since day one, he's had this bestowed upon him for years. I mean, I've been talking about Dylan Raiola for 4 years. So I think he's going to be able to handle that spotlight. I think that it will sometimes be maybe a little much, probably. But I know, from his upbringing, what he's been around, who he's been around, he's going to be able to handle this. In no way do I think that it's just going to be all these Nebraska fans are coming just to see Dylan Raiola. I mean, we've been around Nebraska fans for years and years. They're there to watch defensive line. They're there to watch defensive backs. They're there. That's why they come. That's why they come early to these spring games and real games. Mm-hmm. Why they get there early, because they're there to watch everything. The knowledge of Nebraska fans, I mean, it's up there with the best of them. So, but at the end of the day, there's going to be a lot of eyes on Dylan Raiola just to watch him play.
What I've noticed about Dylan Raiola is that, this is a guy that is not all about the glamour, right? I think he understands what legacy is at stake here at Nebraska, but he knows he's playing for the fans, right? Yep. He is playing for his teammates. He's playing for his coaches, his fans, that this is bigger than being the face. I want to say franchise, the face of a school, a university, of an entire athletic program, to be honest with you. And when, like you mentioned, Raff, you've been talking about him for 4 years.
Yeah.
If this is something that's being talked about for, I don't know, let's say a year, maybe 6 months, then that can be a little bit of pressure because it's quick. But growing up how he did and understanding for at least 4 years that this is a possibility, and if he comes here, this is how the community is going to open their arms up to him.
Yep.
It's pretty much, I think, set in his mind at this point.
Yeah. And this is what he's wanted. This is what all the practicing and all the football and everything that he's done. This is the culmination for him of what all that work was for, is to have the eyes of the state upon him. I think he's been groomed for it. I think he's been trained for it. So I don't worry. I don't worry about that one bit. And I see that he's going to come out and he's going to be successful. It's like he's everywhere he's been, every stop, talk about the schools, every stop he's been successful. I don't think that's stopping. And a lot of it, I think it has to do with the family and his upbringing. I really think that, Dom and his wife, they've raised him well. So I think ready to go tomorrow. I mean, I'm excited. I mean, spring game tomorrow, 11 o'clock.
Woo.
Be there.
Now, one more thing with Dylan Raiola under center. What does that mean? A lot of good recruits are going to come to town. Yeah. So Matt Rule is talking about the importance of recruiting this week, especially with having official visits at the spring game tomorrow.
We put an official visit this year for the spring game as opposed to last year where we didn't. Last year we had visitors and all that. We've had a ton of people come through in the spring, but for the guys that are far away, we're using this as our official visit, which can be a little dangerous because it's not closer to June. But to me, what an unbelievable time to be in Lincoln. It should be good weather, I hope. If it rains, it rains. But I mean, it's going to be good weather. It's going to be a great crowd, great stadium. Hopefully we play really well. Baseball game, softball game, lots of action. So we decided to use this as an official visit specifically for guys kind of from like fly-in states. And then the local guys that we have, they can drive over. So it's almost like some of those local guys get 2 official visits because they can come over for the game and see the guys on the visits and then come back for their official visit. So we were very strategic kind of in making that change.
Yeah, I like this. That's a great idea by Nebraska there, because we hear about this every year. They get in high school football season. Well, they play on Friday night. They can't get to Lincoln in time.
Mm-hmm.
So then you got cut down. So now they don't have high school football. Hopefully they don't have no 7-on-7 games or anything like that. They're able to come to Lincoln, enjoy the weekend. And most importantly, they're able to build that one-on-one connection with coaches and the staff and everybody that works at the university that you probably don't get as much coming during the middle of the season, because not only are you worrying about your recruits, you're worrying about your own team, you're worried about everything else. So now you have these guys coming in, and Coach Rule's banking that he's able to build a strong enough relationship with these guys by coming in June. So even though when they go to these other schools, later in the year, they're still going to fall back on Nebraska just because of that one-on-one time that Nebraska spent with them.
Yeah, you have to see what it's all about. And it's nothing against what they've done in the past, bringing recruits to basketball games and baseball games, softball, whatever it may be.
Yep.
That's great. But now they actually get to see what it's about, because when you're at that final stage of your high school career, like you mentioned, you can't make that trip to Lincoln. The odds are you can't unless you go to like East or Southeast, something like that. So to offer that opportunity for these highly recruited players, we talked about Michael Terry the third yesterday, a great guy in him, Cortez Mills, John Mills. This is giving them the chance to really see what Nebraska football is about.
And you just have more time. You always hear Coach Bush talk about he'd be at LSU. They get over the game, you get like 15 minutes with the recruit and on to the next. So now you got spring game. You've got time. We talked about, they're taking it seriously, but also you're going to have Coach Rule, because I Coach Rule won't be coaching tomorrow. I would guess that he'll be watching, Satterfield will be coaching one team, White will probably be coaching another team. So you're going to have Rule. He's going to be able to, walk around, talk to these recruits. So I think it's going to be very advantageous for Nebraska in the long run.
Perfect. Well,
we did it.
Little Husker spring game talk there. We'll take a short break and then we'll have a little RGT for you.
Come back and close it down. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
Spring in Nebraska brings green grass and warmer weather, but it also brings severe storms which can cause damage to your home. Meadowlark Exterior specializes in hail, storm, and wind damage restoration, as well as roofing, siding, and gutters for commercial or residential buildings. Meadowlark Exteriors focuses on fine craftsmanship and proves that in their attention to detail. They offer free roof inspections and estimates and insurance claim assistance, serving the Lincoln and Omaha surrounding areas. Call today at 402-875-2956 or go to meadowlarkexteriors.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Spring is here, and it's time to wake up Judson. Judson Irrigation is eager and ready to get your sprinkler system up and running for the season. Judson's technicians will check for winter damage, adjust your sprinkler heads, and show you how to set your controller for effective sprinkling coverage. The Judson Irrigation team is here for you. Stay safe.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
One action, no matter how small, can have a world of impact on the life of a child. Cedar started because one couple believed that they could provide a child with a better life. And that belief grew into the Cedars that we know today, a powerful force for good that helps thousands of kids across Nebraska. Belief grows.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road. Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
The Sea of Red will fill Memorial Stadium on Saturday for the Red-White Spring Game. Start your day off right with the Elway Power Sports of Lincoln Spring Game Tailgate Show from 8 to 11 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. All your favorite ticket personalities will prepare you for what to watch and players to keep track of. It's the Elway Power Sports of Lincoln Spring Game Tailgate Show from 8 to 11 a.m. on Saturday on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com, and statewide on TV at Allo 961.
Whether you're looking for a place to stay for a concert at PBA, a Nebraska home game, or just a night on the town, the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket is the place for you. Enjoy an evening at one of many restaurants or bars within a short walking distance. Business travelers at the hotel will enjoy free high-speed internet access, a 24-hour business center, and large in-room workstations. And check out the Bistro, where you'll enjoy healthier food and beverage options, as well as high-tech conveniences. Book your room today at the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone back with the latest update from Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, your new car selection keeps getting better and better every month. Can you tell our listeners all about it?
You know, it sure is, Charlie. It's great that our customers can come in, pick out a new Honda, and drive away with it that day.
How many new Hondas do you have in stock?
Well, right now we have just about 100 in stock.
Hey, I hear you've won some very important awards in your service department. Tell us about them.
Well, the first one is we won the award for the first fixed award. So the cars are actually fixed on the very first time they're brought in. Second award is our Customer Service Experience Award. And then our third award is our Honda Express Service Elite. And we rank the best in quality and customer satisfaction.
Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. This segment is proudly sponsored by Foyle's Italian Restaurant and Grill, just south of Lincoln Southwest High School on 14th and Pine Lake Road. Foyle's Italian Restaurant provides a cozy, family-friendly setting where good food and good company come together. All you have to do is visit Foyle'sNE.com or call 402-423-5576 to make reservations or place takeout orders. If you got a team, if you got anybody, call them. They cater. Florials. Boom. Terrell Farley in the house. Terrell, you going to the spring game tomorrow?
All right. Every time I come on y'all show, that's what I'm going to do.
I like it.
I say.
You're like Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, right.
You're better looking. You're better looking than Matthew McConaughey.
Thank you. Not online, Raff. Thank you. But not online. Yeah. I don't know. It depends on the weather. You know, I'm not really a guy that want to get wet, or it's not that important that, you know.
You probably see more on television too.
Yeah, I really wanted to watch the game. I'm gonna go check it out till probably like halftime, and then I'm gonna go home and do some yard work. So I still got that planned for tomorrow.
Yeah, AD was calling you out today. Said his lawn's gonna be nicer than yours.
Well, he pays somebody, so yeah. a guy who doesn't cut their grass can't say anything to me. You know, that's like you keep your house clean, but you got a housekeeper.
Yeah,
you know, so
that's fake.
Hey, yeah, that's a lie.
So, Terrell, the question me and Raff would like to ask you is, what are your thoughts on the Atlanta Falcons taking Michael Penix at 8th overall last night?
I think it's a good pick for the Falcons. Kind of surprised me, but at the same time, they're going to need a quarterback. Kirk Cousins, I mean, you sign him for 4 years. That he's probably last 2 years in Atlanta. I mean, just because of what they did. I think the offense is still going to be great with Penix in there when he do get in there. But you got to think about right now what Kirk Cousins has to get back to playing mode. So he's not in playing mode right now. Right now, he's still on the injury reserve to me. So until he get healthy, he's the clear-cut number one guy. But at the same time, we're drafting for the future.
Exactly.
So I'm happy with it.
Boom. Got it.
Awesome.
Right. We
RGT?
ready? Ready for Raff's good take?
Let's do it.
All right.
The entrance. All right, everybody. Today's Raff's good take. This is one that it hits my heart. Got a call a few weeks back from my friends Lindsay and Jeremy Stanley, and they said that they had a young boy, that was a big fan of 93.7 The Ticket, and they asked if he could come down today and check out the show. So my Raff's good take is going out to Luke, because I know Luke's having a great time right now hanging out in the studio, but it touches my heart so much that people actually, want to meet us and come down to the studio. And it just makes me feel that everything that we're doing at the studio is for the good. And I love the positives here. So Luke, you're my Raff's good take, because you're just an awesome young boy. And I'm just happy that we had a chance to meet you, and big thanks to Lindsay and Jeremy for, sending them my way. So I appreciate it. The Drive appreciates you. 93.7 appreciates you. So Luke, your Raff's good take. Bam.
Awesome. Well, the captain's up next with Terrell Farley and Jake Bachhoven and VJ, obviously.
Is it the captain today or Black Shirt Island?
It's the captain show. Fastest 2 hours in radio.
Well, I like Black Shirt
And
Island.
I'd like to go on record and say this. It's the most hype sports radio intro in the nation.
Oh, thank you.
Just think if you added me to it. Oh, say.
From the street. From Old Street.
From Old Street. All right, everyone. Have yourselves a great weekend. Enjoy spring game. Enjoy all the Nebraska sports. Be nice to each other. We'll talk to you Monday.
Thank you.